What's up guys, I'm Zach and welcome back to another video. Now today we're taking a deep dive into one of the newest offerings from one of my favorite brands coming in from last year to this year, and of course that is no other than Salomon. Today we're going to be checking out the XT Pure Advanced right here. Now this one really excited me. I did get into Salomon last year going off the ACS Pro, which I have done a review for their white and black version of that sneaker, and including the Mason Margiela collaboration on the boot and the lower sort of shroud type sneaker. Now I haven't picked anything up from Salomon in quite a few months, and that's purely because I haven't really had anything that's maybe want to jump out and grab it. I really feel like once I get one or two colorways in a model, I really need something else to sort of excite me a lot to pick up at least something of the same model or something different in terms of a different model. Now I haven't really seen that from Salomon for quite a while, until one day I was just scrolling through a supply store, which is one of my local sort of sneaker and streetwear retailers, and I saw this one drop online. I immediately had to pick it up purely because I feel like the design on this is something so refreshing, so unique, something much needed from Salomon. And I know this is a bold statement, but I've got to say by far this is my favorite sneaker pickup of 2024 so far. And I don't say that lightly. I have picked up a ton of sneakers from January to February, and of course we're about to move into March, but by far this is number one. Now there were two colorways that dropped in this model initially, and that is a sort of black and gray colorway, and there was also this black and beige pair. Personally, I'm a big fan of this black and beige pair because I thought it could really work well with my Represent 247 team track pants, which you will see on during the on portion part of this video. Now getting into the overall sneaker, because as I said, I love this sneaker. It's my favorite sneaker that I picked up, and let me tell you why that is. Now first of all, let's jump into quality, because the quality is A1 on this pair. Now that's not something new for Salomon. Salomon sneakers are always quite well built, and that is no different here. However, it is something to mention nonetheless. You've got a beautiful sort of leather toe box towards the front. You've got this quite thick but also plush mesh used throughout, and of course it is encaged in this sort of rubber coated shroud there, which really does lock it in place. It also does have that sort of signature lock right there for Salomon, which means you can just sort of pull it to tighten it, and then also just sort of pull it down to unloosen it. And I really do love this feature because it makes getting these sneakers on like a minute, I was gonna say a minute there for a second, a second or two. It's honestly so quick. Really, slip your foot in and do that. Like it really can't get much simpler than that. And as I said, that quality really does translate into the actual comfort of the silhouette, and I feel like that's also down to this beautiful sole right here, which is a very thick foam. However, it is very cushioned as well. I would compare it to something like React from Nike, however a little bit more of a thicker, dense version. And one of my favorite details about this, and it's annoying because it's something you're not even going to see, but I really do love a good tread on a pair of sneakers or a pair of hiking boots, and I feel like this is the ultimate sort of combination of like hiking sneakers into one. As you can see right there, that tread is absolutely beautiful. You can definitely hike a mountain in these, no problem whatsoever. Now, as I said, quality, comfort, definitely there. No questions about that whatsoever. I really do love this colorway as well. As you can see on feet right now, it really does match those pants with some sort of beige socks, and then that sort of beige taupe pair of Represent Team 247 track pants. Really love this pair overall. Really great in that regard. Now getting into sizing, because that's something that I wasn't too comfortable going into this model with personally, because I don't have many Salomon models. As I said, I only have 2 or 3 in the past, and obviously that's not a lot to go off in terms of sizing. However, in those models I did stick true to size, and true to size for the most part did fit me best in those models. So I did go with my true to size, which was a true to size US 12 in this model here, and it did fit perfectly. I am a true size US 12 in all Nike, Adidas, and New Balance sneakers for the most part, and going into this one, it definitely fits true to size. I'm a little bit more on the wider type of a silhouette, and these ones, as you can see right there, they do have a little bit more of a wider toe box, so that was no problem for me to get into. And obviously with this sort of lacing system here, it's very easy to sort of customize that fit to be a little bit more tighter or looser in the areas that you prefer. However, I will mention something a little bit strange about this model is it does run a little bit longer than I would have thought. Now, whilst yes, the US 12 fits me perfectly in terms of the width, and I do feel locked in, I don't feel like I'm sliding whatsoever, I did have just a little bit of room towards the toe box there. So I feel like if you are a little bit more narrow footed, I would recommend perhaps going half a size down. Regardless, sticking true to size, I feel like will be the best fit regardless, and you won't have to worry too much about that. That being said, why is this my favorite sneaker picker from 2024? Well, I just feel like it's executed all the details perfectly. You've got a quality sneaker, which also looks incredible. I honestly can't get over this design. It looks like something out of Dune. I don't know if you can see that vibe. Looking at the silhouette there, definitely feels like something out of Doom. Just love the details, love that sort of beige that they've used throughout, and of course you've got that rubber coating over the mesh panels, which also just give it a little bit more depth in terms of the colors used. And something that I really do love about this model, and I think it might have been the deciding factor for why I picked it up in terms of the actual look and aesthetics of the sneaker, is that sort of washed out rubber sole. It's very unique because I don't think you can find many rubber soles like this which have like a wash to it. So I really did love this. It felt like a little bit more of a grunge type element to this overall model. And personally, this is a great sneaker. Guys, if you're thinking about picking it up, I would not hesitate, because these are, personally, and I know I might be jumping the gun here, but I would give this a solid like 9.5 out of 10. And I'm not giving it a 10 because I feel like 10 is almost like impossible to get, I guess you could say. But these ones are as close as you can get. Really love this model. Salomon, you have continued to impress me. I am super excited to see what might come out of this range right here, or in terms of future sneakers from the brand. I definitely want to see more from the Mason Margiela collaboration in the future as well. With that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, drop a like down below. Comment your thoughts on this pair down below as well. If you think about picking up a pair, or you want any questions in regard to sizing, feel free to drop it down below. I tend to respond in 1 or 2 days when I can. With that being said, subscribe if you want to see more content from me in the future. With that being said though, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I hope to see you in the next one. See ya.